And away we go. Let's get ready to rumble. What's going on, Frankenstein? What's going on, Shadowhawk? I got Frankenstein on the brain.
Hey,
Oh, me.
what's up, Rick? Sorry about that.
I was watching the evil Frankenstein a little bit ago with Peter Cushing.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's a Hammer one, right?
Hammer one, yeah. Through
Yeah.
Universal, Warner Brothers, whatever, yeah. I'm a little lethargic because I had my Thanksgiving today. The meal. I was actually going to show it and forgot to. I do have the iced pumpkin swirl loaf cake.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, white icing on that thing. I'll try
Oh,
that
dude,
out a little.
I
Yeah,
was in a food coma last night and most of the day today, dude.
I can imagine. Yeah, I had the turkey and the ham. They had dressing. Mom said they had a lot of takers for the food yesterday, and so she
Mm.
didn't go and to lunch. She just had them deliver it to her room, but she went to supper, which is unusual when all the people were gone to socialize
Yeah,
with her people at her table. So
right.
I went after the show and picked the clamshell up that had like yeast row. The yeast row went first,
Oh,
and
I love those things.
they had like pink cherry looking, marshmallow, probably pecans with whipped cream confection or something like that. That was very good.
Mm.
They had cheesy potatoes, green beans with cheese. Like I said, turkey ham dressing. I gave some of the dressing to, although onions. I
Nice.
don't know if it had onions in it or not, but I gave some of that to Abby. She didn't like it much, but uh, you know,
Mm.
I thought I'd give it a try. Something different for her.
Yeah.
Don't want
You
to give
gotta be
them
careful
onions.
though. You're not. Yeah, you don't want to give them onions, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't really know how toxic onions are to dogs, but yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think the cooked ones are so bad. If they've been cooked, it's
mhm.
the raw ones that are really bad for them. But
I'm not
most dogs
sure
won't
that.
eat a raw onion. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it's like they instinctively know not to eat it. I mean, there's a lot of those green onions in the yard and stuff.
Mhm.
At least mine here. Made a
Yeah, I've
dump
never had a
cake
dog
and
that was like actively liked onions.
made a dump cake yesterday and delivered it today and made a haircut
He's
appointment
so
for
dumb.
Tuesday. Uh, so should be happy. She sounded elated when I said I have a cake for you. But I mean,
No,
there's
that's
a
cool.
lot of people over at her house and stuff, and they come by. So she probably doesn't have as many leftovers. So then again, she might. I don't know. Uh,
Hey,
but
Apex. Yeah, I know
yeah,
you got some leftovers, brother.
yeah. Thanksgiving, I have an abundance of food. He says, yes. Uh, I really enjoyed that
Hmm.
small little dump cake I made for myself. That had, I think I've about perfected that. When I was using all the just muffin mix, it was a little dense. Uh,
Hmm.
and I tend to cook it too much with too much butter. So I cut down on the butter and I cut down on the muffin mix. I actually halved it with uh, maybe not even half, because mine was real small compared, that I showed yesterday, and hers was like full size. So I did
Go
half
on.
cake mix, half apple cider muffin mix, and that seemed to be the right blend with less butter, and keeping it in there
Hmm.
less time. But it was very good, and I added a little brown sugar, like I said, and cinnamon and
There
had
you go.
pineapple in it with the apples, and it was very very good. It was delicious. It was lush, as Carrie
Good
said.
luck.
It was so lush. It was like a tuna and prong. And what else did she put on there?
Cream corn
Sweet
pizza.
corn, sweet corn pizza. That just sounds, like appetite taste, appetite taker away. To me, but I'd try it. I without the prong. I just don't want to eat prongs. I'm sorry. Uh, that's probably too much like a crawfish. Although
Prawns
I
are
know
just
you
shrimp.
shrimp, yeah, but I'm not a big shrimp guy. It's
Yeah, you're not a big
um,
seafood guy at all, are you?
Well, I mean, nah, I mean, it's good. I've actually had, you know, uh, uh, fish for breakfast. Actually, that's a pretty light meal if you want just a light meal. Fish is a pretty good
Hmm.
light meal. Um, and a
Oh,
lot of
a
people are going,
lovely
how
smoked
do
salmon. Yeah.
people in Israel or other countries have fish for breakfast? Actually, it's kind of nice, because it's real light.
Yeah. Oh, I love
It's
a nice smoked salmon cut real thin. Throw that
mhm.
baby on a bagel with some cream cheese. Oh, it's so good.
My mother doesn't much care for that, and I don't either. But it's one of the great
Mm.
things you can. I saw something about dates. I've been eating. They say eat 3 dates a day. You can survive on nothing but dates and water. Uh, it's I saw something on X and retweeted that, and it's amazing.
Well, I mean, I imagine for a
That
while you can, but
well, yeah, but I mean, it's got so much in there. We had some birthdays to mention today, and I've got to say, Andy Smith has good taste. He's like, I'm, digesting my Thanksgiving meal and going to watch planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm like, all right,
oh yeah,
that's my
good movie.
favorite Thanksgiving movie. It's a great one.
Mm.
Of
Those
course,
aren't pillows.
there's not that many that I know out there. Thanksgiving movie. Uh,
No, not a whole lot. Yeah. Um,
yeah.
wow. Now that I think about it, I mean, there's a lot of goofy like Thanksgiving B movies, like horror movies and stuff, but not really like too many good, wholesome Thanksgiving movies.
Right. Well, we might as well start off with a wacky commercial. How about that?
It's so waggy. Excuse me.
Yeah, there. Thirsty. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Lemon, lemon, lemon.
Oh, he got the distended belly and everything. Oh,
Thirsty. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Oh my God.
what the hell?
Hey! Thirsty. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Thirsty. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Lemon, lemon, lemon.
Oh, that's kind of
That's great.
strange.
I just have to point out that I stand against that discrimination against cheetahs. They are not man eaters, and they do not attack people. Never been a recorded cheetah
Okay.
attack on a human being. They're just big house kitties. Okay. You're just looking for a divorce at that point.
Plain toast. Now, how do you butter that up?
My wife would fling that plate at my head. Fucking smartass.
Danny Seagrin passed away. Now, you may not know him by name, but he was the first live action Spider Man, the first person to do Spider
Oh, from
Man
the
live action.
'70s show?
No, that's different. This is actually probably for promo reasons. You know, the first
Oh,
improved
okay.
Spider Man they used.
Because you
Yeah, he's
remember
passed.
the kid that was on, he was on Brady
Yeah,
Bunch too. He played the football star, and then he ended up being Spider
uh,
Man.
and he was on Gunsmoke. Couple episodes.
Was he? Oh, drink, everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you.
Ah,
Happy
I didn't
birthday
know
to
he was on
Jerry
Gunsmoke.
Ordway. Happy birthday to Jerry Ordway today. Today's Jerry Ordway's birthday.
The old man. What's up, old man? Is he still alive,
Really?
or is it? Is
Oh
it
yeah, he's still alive. Heck
oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. I didn't know how old Jerry was.
And today, David Prowse, that played Darth Vader, passed away 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
There he is without the helmet. Boom, 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 boom. 5 years since he's passed away. Luke, I am not your father, just an actor. Leave me alone.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Disturbing. Also, yesterday was James Avery's birthday, actor and voice actor. He was uh, he
Ow!
was the voice on Ninja
Really?
Turtles. Yeah,
He did. He did. What's his face?
Shredder,
God dang, Shredder. Yeah,
Shredder.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know he did voice acting.
Man, I hate
That's
it
cool.
when you hear a voice and a voice actor. I watched a thing like that recently, a voice actor, and I could not think of her name where I'd heard the voice, before.
Hmm.
Uh, now, Michael Shared that played a an admiral in Star Wars. He was with Tom Baker in Pyramid of Mars, one of his first season ones. He played the admiral. He played in Doctor Who at least 2, maybe 3 times. He played, you know, he played some series in Doctor Who's. Yeah,
he's on there with my boy Tommy.
it's amazing those little roles like General Tarkenton. You know, Peter Cushing didn't have a big role in
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, but you know he had that gravitas, and you knew by that point in his career and toward the end of his life who he was, and you know,
Right. And it's Grand Moff Tarkin.
okay, it
Rex.
wasn't
Just 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 so you stick to the Star Wars, lingo.
okay. Here is the actor Spider-Man that the first that to don the costume in live action. You'd see he must have done some $6 million man or something. He's got some $6 million man Chewbacca back there, and there's an old Batman. So him
Oh yeah,
and the mole people. So he must have really been into memorabilia.
Mole people.
Mm-hmm.
And hail Saboteur and Homer Glitch in the chat. Hello, lads. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you boys both had a really good one. Glizzy
Absolutely.
glitchery.
Glitchery.
Homer Glizzy.
There's a rumor back in 2011 filming for Spider-Man 4 actually did begin, but only for 3 days before it was canceled, possibly the most lost media of all time. Hmm.
Wow. Hmm.
And that probably was uh, with the Vulture story from the look of the artwork
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
here. Clay
I liked
sculpt
Michael
there.
Keaton as the Vulture in that newer one, man. He was pretty good.
Yeah, and he was at the end of what movie was? Oh, at the Morbius movie. He meets Morbius at the end in the end credit scene. He's
Mm-hmm.
actually got a couple of different scenes during the credits as the
Oh,
Vulture.
that's cool.
Yeah, and he actually comes flying in and meets with Morbius at the end of the movie. The movie credit scenes.
I haven't seen those. All right, Homer, enjoy, buddy. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. I had some leftovers for lunch, even though I wasn't really even hungry.
I made
I saw
Thanksgiving
this the
dinner, and
other.
now the kids are crying. I'm not alone allowed to help anymore.
Hey, that's how you do it. You don't ever have to make Thanksgiving dinner again.
Yeah, you got a little bit of everything for the seafood lover in you, right?
It looks like what do you call it?
Predator,
Cthulhu.
yeah, or predator, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. I
I
get it.
never saw
Cthulhu.
Predator with. Yeah, predators don't have tentacles.
How about the Mandalorian sculpted out of wood? That's pretty neat, huh?
Oh wow, yeah, that's kind
With
of
the little
cool.
baby
They're all
Yoda down
changed.
there, yeah.
Grogu.
I wonder how much that thing weighs. It's got to be pretty hefty, right?
Yeah, he's probably asking pretty nice price for it too. I would
Oh,
imagine.
I bet he is, yeah, as well as he should. Had good
Well,
weather,
some idiot
I
Star Wars collector will pay whatever he's asking.
oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, they've been showing, Avengers Secret Wars pictures and stuff. So I don't know whether to believe the stuff or not, but if because they're bringing back, Jessica Alba as the Invisible Woman, which, I just recently watched the Silver Surfer movie, the second Fantastic Four movie with her in it. And
Nah, are they really bringing her back? Is that the word? I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know. You see all these. Here's the Blade, I guess. And
It looks more like a Moon Knight costume than Blade.
of course, this is Jane Foster from Thor. Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
That looked more like Moon Knight than Blade. Rex. They had the white hooded cowl and cape. I don't think that was Blade.
Well, Blade Knight, it's called. So
Oh,
I don't
Blade
know.
Knight? Oh, okay.
Blade
So now
Knight.
they've combined Moon Knight and Blade. All right. I see.
Some Donald Duck wisdom. Never
Whatever.
seek revenge. Rotten fruit will fall by itself.
But feel free to scream and yell about it.
Alaska's
Donald Duck.
15-foot Loch Ness monster spotted in frozen lake. What do you think it is? Would it be a giant sturgeon? The sturgeons can get pretty big, but now that wouldn't be in salt water, would it?
Depends. Yeah. Yeah, I think most sturgeon are saltwater.
Oh, are they?
How
Well,
long?
this could be a
15,
sturgeon.
15 feet long is not that big, dude. There are a lot of fish that are 15 feet long.
Spotted in Alaska's waters, raising big questions this morning. Could it be, yes, George, could it be an American Loch Ness monster? ABC's Gio Benitez is here. Gio, what do you think?
Prove it, Gio. I agree with you. And I love that music, by the way. Listen, I'm not easily convinced by this stuff, but wait till you really look at this video. Many in Alaska wonder if it's the rumored relative of the Loch Ness monster. So on this Halloween, you decide.
I don't know. Is that snow on its back? It looks more like a fish than it does a squid or something.
It's the 15-foot mystery, moving slowly and methodically through Alaska's freezing water, garnering almost 500,000 views on Alaska's Bureau of Land Management
I would
website.
guess it's a sturgeon of some type.
This is Alaska's own version of the Loch Ness monster. The much talked about.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be a sturgeon? I mean, sturgeons get huge, right?
Yeah, they get like big. I mean, 15 feet's nothing for a sturgeon. They can get up to like 28, I think, something like that. 28, 30 feet long. Like in the Columbia River, they catch fucking huge ones, dude.
That's huge. Yeah, I mean, you would need some deep sea test line to catch one of those, wouldn't you? Kind of like a giant.
Oh yeah,
marlin.
you gotta have some serious gear to catch those dudes.
I imagine. And aren't they barbed? I mean, you can't just like haul them up without gloves on or anything. I wouldn't.
Well, they have like a very scaly, like kind of almost like armored shell on them. Kind of like a plecostomus. Like the ones you put in your fish tank. They got that little armored shell. But yeah, they're like kind of like a huge version of that.
Yesterday was Ed Harrison's birthday. Actor.
Oh, Ed Harrison. Yeah, he's a good actor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in a lot of good stuff back in the day.
He played one of my heroes, Jackson Pollock. Anyway, happy birthday, Joe Dante. Was born November 28th today, 1946.
Hey, Joey.
Joe Dante. Here we go. Here's a picture. He's a director, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that did Gremlins and stuff, Rex. Are you not associating?
Yeah, I just thought it was a weird hat,
Yeah, exactly.
I got a lot of weird hats,
Yeah.
A little Star Wars news here, I guess. On Ahsoka,
okay.
Claudia Black, beautiful Claudia Black. She played apparently in Ahsoka season 1. I have not seen that, although John owns it. You remember Claudia Black from Farscape?
Oh yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
She played this character, but will not be returning to the role. She played that doesn't even look like her in makeup. That's pretty wild.
Oh wow, yeah.
But apparently they're not going to meet her price. She reveals she will not return as Mother Kaithwo, I guess, is in Asuka season 2. I'm going to be transparent. They picked up picked up season 2, picked me up with it, and then Disney, which is structuring things differently these days, could not pay me what I needed to be paid as a single mother to keep my responsibilities going at home in Los Angeles. Because they were filming in London. It was not something that they could make happen, and therefore I had to bow out for season 2. It was very sad for me, she said. Yeah.
Probably one of the few good actors they've got in there. Well, I think Ahsoka was Rosario Dawson. I like her.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday was
okay. In Russia, 23 feet. So I may have exaggerated a little bit, Sheldon, but I know they get huge.
Yeah. The ones that I've seen are massive, you know. Yesterday was Karen Gillan's 38th birthday. I watched her recently in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. You know, she played Gamora's sister in the blue makeup, and also was the companion to the companion in Doctor Who before that.
Yeah. She's cute when she doesn't have the blue makeup on.
Yeah, I mean, she was almost indistinguishable with that character.
Yeah, it was.
She didn't have that.
I mean, you could still see the shape of her face, but you know.
But it was a massive departure from, her playing the Doctor Who, Matt. Matt's.
I mean, I'm just saying, you could still see she was a pretty girl under all that makeup. You just couldn't tell what she looked like.
Yeah, and for her to be almost 40, she's got a very young looking face. Really, I think
she's almost 40. I never would have guessed that. Yeah, I would have thought she was like mid
38 years old. 38, just turned 38.
Damn.
And happy birthday to Judd Nelson today, who was in Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire. Today's his birthday, apparently. You remember him?
Oh, yeah. I remember. How old is he now? He's got to be about my age, 59, 60.
It didn't say on that particular posting.
I think
he's probably close to our age, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Sheldon says, I have seen a 20-foot sturgeon swimming by me. You would see a grown man scream like a girl. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been in the water.
Getting out of the water.
Stingrays that were like 12 to 15 feet across from tip to tip on their wings. It's quite a scary experience.
Mantas can get big too. There is a difference.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, big mantas, snowflake mantas. When I was down in Cancun, we got to swim with a squadron of them. They were like in diamond shaped formation, swimming like 20 feet below us. Fucking
They're
amazing,
beautiful.
dude. They were
yeah,
and the mantas don't have stingers either, so you don't have to worry about that.
Mike Barron reposting this. I thought this was hilarious. My oil painting of the McRib sandwich.
An iconic image in today's world.
I watched my very first Christmas movie, and actually it was pretty good. It had Ed Asner in it. Love this main actress in this. Who wouldn't want to, date this girl? I'm not much into blondes like you say, but man, this actress picked for this. It's called The Christmas Card. This is actually a movie that my sister sent me along with other movies she
Okay, are
was
you gonna
getting
tell
rid
us
of.
the actress's name, Rex, or are you just gonna tease it?
John Newton plays the man. Alice Evans is her name.
Alice Evans. Look, I've never heard of her. I don't think.
I didn't think that you probably did, but it's a good movie. She writes a story to him while he's in Afghanistan just to encourage the troops, right? Well, someone of his troop dies in an attack, and he has to go take some time off and go deliver the message to his intended, right? So he goes to this place where the woman wrote him the letter, which was a big encouragement to him when he was in Afghanistan right before that happened. And so they wind up getting together eventually, you know. Of course, she's already got a guy, and they set it up really good, you know, where you can. She comes in and thinks I've ordered this, and it's sitting there waiting on me, and I thought I got this to go, and she puts ketchup on it and starts eating it, and it's not. He's went to the bathroom, he comes back, and she's eating his meal, you know, and it's a good little Christmas story. I enjoyed it. It's kind of like one of those Hallmark movies, you know. It's really good.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something I would normally watch.
Probably not. I mean, it's not something I normally watch, but I thought, you know, I'm going to watch a Christmas movie. Why not? You know, I mean, it's past Thanksgiving now, and Christmas is on the horizon somewhere. And so I gave it a shot and actually enjoyed it. Cheesy garlic bread sloppy Joe melt. I would try that.
Ooh,
Look at
that don't sound bad at all. Yeah.
I'd stick a knife and fork into it. It is Friday, my friend, and that means you've got a day off.
Yes, I do.
And the weekend. Take the weekend off on me.
And the weekend. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
And the
sir.
weekend, yeah. And I will not mention work again.
I was going to take a vacation day for today if they weren't giving us the day off, because I knew damn well, you know, when I woke up this morning, I was going to be, you know, food massacred because I stuffed myself last night too. We had so much good food. I ate like until I almost popped at dinner, and then about an hour and a half later, I was like, I gotta have some pie before I go to bed. I ate a piece of pumpkin pie, and that was it, dude. I was done.
Somebody said that they had roast for Thanksgiving, and I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh man, that is the thing to have at Thanksgiving or anytime. That's got to be a good roast. You know, and I always
we're doing,
you know, if you're doing what?
Yeah, we're going to do a prime rib roast for Christmas.
Well, I always like to get the bone marrow, you know, and Mom always I actually ate the bone marrow. Yeah,
it's like you ever had a crown roast, Rex? Where you get all the bones in there? That's the prime rib with the bones. Yeah, I got a really good recipe for cooking them and stuff. They come out perfect every time. Amazing.
Yeah, and prime rib is one of those dishes, meats, whatever, that has just went up over time, you know, astronomically. When I would go down there and do prison ministry down there in Stuttgart, they had this restaurant that did an awesome prime rib.
Hail, Mrs. Good Stuff in the chat. Good to see you, darling. Happy Thanksgiving to you and Mr. G. Oh, yeah, look at that marrow, dude. I would slurp all that up.
I would too, and I know people might find that repulsive, but it's actually pretty darn good and good for you.
Yeah, it's like beef pudding. So good.
I couldn't eat that right now. Look at that. It's just
wow. Dude, give me a nice piece of French bread or Italian bread. Lather some of that on there.
Stick to your saltines, man. Stick to your saltines.
No. Gotta have a nice chunk of bread.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude! I made some chicken liver pate yesterday. We had chicken liver pate and deviled eggs for appetizers before dinner. Like, oh, so good.
I just had plain toast.
Does it look like a plane?
Yeah. Now check this out. This is actual, not the same thing. Why is this not responding? Come on, man. All right. Anyway, she's lining.
Oh,
Here we
that's
go.
awesome.
Yeah. So she's actually doing some bone marrow here.
Yeah, roasting them up. Yeah, that's an old school oven, dude. Did you see that thing?
Garlic,
Mm,
red onion.
cooking like that.
No, this is her lamp there. Yeah, that's definitely out of
Oh, so
being
she's
old school there.
a pioneer. Type. I think you gotta actually burn wood underneath that stove, dude.
Oh, bread, garlic bread, and then put that on bread like you were saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at that. Oh, that is
With
just
the
like
onion, onion and garlic. Yeah.
overindulgently rich, good stuff, dude. Oh,
Uh-huh. A lot of people might find that gross. I don't know. But I always found
maybe
it delish. But
you don't know what you're missing.
Miss Good Stuff says, thank you, Shadow. We're cooking our family Thanksgiving on Sunday, so we're excited.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to have the whole family coming by too. We don't get an opportunity to do that very much anymore. Our family is very few of us left.
Mm-hmm. A dying breed.
Yep.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well, my grandkids and my kids will, eventually repopulate, but right now there's not a whole lot of aunts and uncles and stuff like that.
3,700-year-old, something everybody will be using this Thanksgiving, I'm sure. But this is an old model. 37-year-old, 100-year-old working flush toilet with a wooden seat belonged to Mayan civilization of the Palace of Kronos, built by the Mayan civilization on the Isle of Crete, one of the world's earliest flushing toilets.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Fancy.
Looks kind of modern, doesn't it? Although
yeah,
the hose seems to be a little small. Yeah.
I mean, you imagine you walked into that bathroom back in like 500 BC, you'd be like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Was that bone marrow? Very good for you. Yes.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. And it tastes good.
Get that collagen. Hell yeah. You get that out of a roast. Oh my gosh. I always went for the bone marrow. Nobody else was going to have it. It was like, yeah, give that to me. Once I tried it,
we had a butcher. We had a butcher shop back in the day, and you could buy the whole like forelegs and the thigh bones of cows, and then you could get them where they would smoke them and stuff too. But I would buy those and take them to all my friends' dogs for Christmas. They all got a bone like almost as big as a dog.
Apparently, the Grinch this season is smoking crack.
He's dancing.
He's dancing. Yeah. They even put the Bee Gees with it. Music.
Grinch at a rave, dude. Look at that shit. Holy mackerel.
Grinch out. The sheep. The freak.
Grinch out.
Jackie Chan
Not
and
back in
Jet
those
Li.
days again.
This is the difference in their age, Shadowhawk. Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit of difference there. Almost a decade. 71 years and 62 years. Wow.
Yeah. Jackie still looks pretty good.
Oh, are you, I mean, come on. Asians, come on now. Most of the time they age
that's
very,
true too.
very slowly. This is amazing footage of an extremely rare glass octopus filmed at 2,135 feet beneath the waves under the Phoenix Island of Archipelago.
Okay.
That
Ooh, very cool.
transparent. It looks like a carrot for a brain. What the hell?
Yeah,
Wild, isn't it?
Yeah, they got weird brains. They usually have more than one, too. They have one in the head and then a couple, like, distributed throughout the arms and stuff. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much every tentacle has a brain of its own, somewhat, right? And,
yeah, like, well, or at least like a proto brain. It's not like a fully developed one, but yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, scientists really still don't understand exactly how they work.
well, it's kind of like the human heart. The human heart has more nerve connections than the human brain does.
Mm-hmm.
And they say your heart has its own type of brain. I believe that,
Yeah,
not
I mean,
figuratively speaking, but really biologically built in. It's kind of got it
your
in
heart has its own drummer built into it. You got to have a timekeeper.
Sheldon says, I wouldn't touch the Grinch with a 39.5-foot crack pipe. Hong Kong is where people
Sheldon,
live the longest, I think. They also consume the most meat. That's interesting. I wonder if their lifespan is going to go down now that China's kind of overlording on them.
I would just have to assume it would.
Now here is a hero. We like to honor our heroes from now on. From every now and then. Here is a hero, and I'm going to tell you his story real quick. Oh, he's cute.
Cute pup.
Thought I would show you who I'm talking about before I started to talk about him. In July 1917, a stray brindle bull terrier mix wandered onto the campus of Yale University, where members of the 102nd Infantry were training. He would hang out with them, watch them, and ultimately one of the corporals fell in love with him. So when it was time for the soldiers to ship out, they smuggled him on board, and he made the trip to Europe with them. Upon discovery by the commanding officer, he saluted, and as the men taught him how to do, and was allowed to stay on board. Wow. Stubby served with the 102nd Infantry Regiment in the trenches in France for 8 months and participated in 4 offensive and 17 battles. He was wounded by a hand grenade, and during his convalescence made rounds to see troops to keep morale up. He became sick with mustard gas until a special gas mask was designed to protect him. He learned to warn his units of poison gas attacks, located wounded soldiers in no man's land, and since he could hear the whine of incoming artillery shells before humans, became very adept at letting his unit know when to duck for cover. He was solely responsible for capturing a German spy by keeping hold of his pant leg until help arrived. He ultimately
awesome.
rank of sergeant, and after the war made his home in Virginia, with Robert Conroy, the soldier who found him at Yale. Stubby earned countless awards, statues in his honor, including one at Yale. Met Presidents Wilson, Coolidge, and Harding, and became the Georgetown Hoyas team mascot. From stray bully breed to hero, thank you, Sergeant Stubby, for your service. You will not be forgotten.
Captain Dog America, man. That's awesome.
Dog America, yeah. Now this is what I was talking about earlier. A date has calcium, magnesium, phosphor, iron, copper, sulfur, silicon, manganese, sulfur, anyway, potassium, thiamine, and niacin, and sodium in it.
Huh? And he was some kind of pit bull, a bull terrier.
Bull terrier, yeah. Mm-hmm. Brindle. He's like, what kind of dog is this? I want to get one of those. Absolutely, very learned animal. It said that it was a bull terrier mix.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful
Just
dog.
because they got a bad reputation because of bad owners. There's no such thing as a bad dog. Only a bad owner.
And they had dog fights, right, all the time in England, and in the early days.
That's what I'm saying. Those are not good dog owners. Those, just because these dogs have a reputation, if you treat them right and raise them with a family, they're wonderful pets.
Wally Wallington claims he demonstrated how a single person can manipulate massive monoliths, or how they could have been moved in ancient times. He claims that a pyramid could be completed using primitive tools in 25 years with only 520 workers. Check this out. He might be on to something here.
Mm.
And he doesn't look like the healthiest of guys,
No.
He's using leverage.
Yeah. They say you give me a big enough lever, I can move the world.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I mean, there's no way you could budge that, but
look at it. It just swung around by itself when you let go of it.
Yeah, kept going. Yeah.
Just because of the momentum of the weight. Once you get it moving, that thing's gonna move until it stops.
Yeah, we've been missing something, to say aliens built the pyramid is to say people aren't ingenious at all.
No, I don't think that's the case. It's just most people are just mind boggled by how that could possibly be done. I've seen this. It's disgusting.
You've seen that? Okay. A little whale feeding.
That's how thick the whale's milk is that it actually congeals in the seawater.
You are correct, sir. Whale milk is 50% fat and so thick it won't dissolve in water, allowing calves to drink straight from the ocean. That's wild. I did not know that. I guess I
didn't either until a few weeks ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And I got disgusted by watching it. I was like, oh.
Someone asked William Shatner recently, watching Twilight Zone marathon after Thanksgiving, and we're watching the other episode, Nick of Time. Do you know any memories or thoughts of making this episode? You remember the episode here on Twilight Zone where he's putting the pennies in the diner?
No, I was thinking of his other big one, the gremlin on the wing.
Right. Right. That isn't this. Anyway. Yeah. This is where he, in the diner, he puts in a penny and gets addicted. It's giving him all kind of obscure little questions. I don't know. It keeps leading him on, right? And he keeps feeding him pennies. He's addicted to it. He says, yes, now it's useless because pennies are obsolete. Some of that William Shatner humor there. Yeah, pennies are on the way out.
Yeah, start saving the pennies, people.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be in circulation for a while. But now there's some places still.
I would start plucking, get those older ones now while you can.
In 1920, a farmer in Nambula was plowing his field when his plow suddenly hit something hard, like with a loud clang. He started digging and froze in shock. Just beneath the layers of soil lay a colossal slab of metal the size of a small house. That's how the Hoba meteorite was discovered. Still the largest intact meteorite ever found on Earth. This beast weighs around 60 tons, almost pure iron laced with nickel, and looks like a massive flat plate roughly 9 by 9 feet across. The wildest part, there's no crater, not even a dent. Scientists believe that about 80,000 years ago, this cosmic brick skimmed into the atmosphere at an incredible shallow angle, basically ricocheting off the air like a stone skipping across the water. It slowed down so much that it didn't explode or dig in. It just gently flopped onto the ground and stayed put as someone carefully parked it there, and it's still intact where it landed. Right now, on a farm like
that's crazy.
That, you can walk up, touch it, and run your hand across the cold metal that travel millions of miles through space, only to quietly retire in the African bush, the long visitor from the cosmos who decided, nah, no apocalypse today. I'm just going to chill here. Okay.
It's a nice spot. I'm just going to hang out.
I'm just going to hang out. That is a huge meteorite.
Well, dude, if that thing would have hit the Earth at full speed, it probably would have caused a fucking mass extinction.
Yeah, and at an angle, yeah. I mean, that's a big rock, to be dropped from that height.
60, what do they say? 60,000 tons?
60 tons. 60 tons.
Yeah, 60 tons. That's a lot.
Almost iron and nickel.
Yeah, that would have made like a massive crater, dude. That would have, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would have thrown dust up that would still be coming down,
Mm-hmm.
Up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, you might still be in an ice age.
For you gun lovers up here, this is a multi-bore cannon from the 16th century Ottoman Empire. It's one of the most remarkable pieces of early military technology. Unlike standard cannons with a single barrel, this weapon featured 9-barrel parallel bores designed to fire several projectiles at once. The result was an intense, widespread blast, ideal for siege warfare or naval combat, where impact, force, and intimidation could shift the course of the battle. Operating such a cannon required significant precision and strength, as the existence reflects the Ottoman Empire's advanced understanding of engineering, metallurgy, and strategic design during its height. Spanning territories across Europe, Asia, and Africa, the empire invested heavily in innovative military tools that showcase both its power and its technological ambitions. Surviving examples of multi-barrel and artillery are extremely rare today. They stand as powerful reminders of human ingenuity and the drive to expand what was possible on the battlefield. This historic weapons highlight how empires like the Ottomans pushed technology boundaries centuries before modern engineering. Can you imagine this thing shooting at you 9 projectiles at a time?
It almost looks like something that would be on a modern airship or fucking Apache helicopter or something.
Yeah, Gatling gun
Well,
type stuff.
hail
Yeah.
Genuine Dave and congratulations on the launch of Safeguard. Last I saw it was at 80% already after just a couple of days. Hail Genuine Dave.
Yeah, he's I think he's up even higher than that. He's fully funded. He's up to 120 something.
Is he fully funded now?
What I read.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like overnight.
Okay.
It's like bam,
I said last I saw it was like 80. So it must have been yesterday at some point.
Yeah, he went to bed and woke up and bam, he's fully funded with, massive backing.
Great, man.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. Congrats, my friend.
Congratulations, Dave. That's good to hear. Have some bone marrow on Iron Shadowhawk.
There you
go. Because it's good stuff. Yeah.
All right, LZ, you have a good night, buddy.
Take care, LZ. Have you ever had a turkey like this? Have you ever prepared a turkey like this? I'll make sure the volume's up here where you can hear it.
I removed every bone from this turkey, and I know it looks freaky, but come on, it's got to taste better than a regular one, right? Now, if you think that this is beyond your skill level, you're wrong. I'm just hacking and slashing, trying my best to not damage the skin. And if you miss some meat, who cares? It's not going to get wasted. You got to save it for soup. One of the reasons I love doing this is because I can season the inside, giving it so much more flavor. Anyways, fold it together and tie with butcher swine, then salt the outside and leave in the fridge for 2 days. This is optional, but does help dry the skin out. Now, the seasoning I'm using is Traeger's poultry rub, then smoking it on my Traeger using Traeger cherry pellets. This cast iron dish, it's not from Traeger, but it is being used to melt butter, Dijon, and more seasoning, which will paint on when the turkey is close to being done. It will add a ridiculous amount of flavor, but will it all be enough to make it better than a normal turkey?
That's incredible, man. That's a good turkey.
Yeah, that's a technique you call spatchcocking. And you remove the bones. You don't necessarily have to remove the whole spine. You can just cut the breastbone in half and then smash it down, and you flatten it out. It cooks faster, and it probably stays a little bit more juicy. We've done that before. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, I'm different. I kind of like it dry. I'm not big into the rotisserie stuff, and I know a lot of people like, I like my meat juicy. I'm like, I just want to know that it's cooked.
Oh, bro, those little Cornish hens last night, they were so juicy, dude. It was like chicken flavored butter. It just melted in your mouth.
Chicken flavored butter. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had Cornish hen. I've had dove, but no, and I haven't had quail.
Yeah, doves are a little smaller, I think. Yeah, quail might be more the equivalent size of a Cornish hen, maybe. They're a little bigger than a dove. But yeah, those little guys are good, man.
Actress Sharon Farnon's birthday. I didn't recognize her. Maybe you did. Here she is on I Dream Genie, obviously.
Yeah, I just saw her face for a second there. She did look a little familiar.
Well, apparently she was one of the voices, maybe Wonder Woman or Wendy, I don't know, on Super Friends.
On Super Friends, really? Ah,
yeah, that's
cool.
why I mentioned her, because I'm familiar.
I wonder.
Because there wasn't that many characters. I imagine she was Wonder Woman's voice. I'm just projecting there. I don't know that for a fact.
I'm guessing, yeah. Or like you said, what was her name? Wendy? Because she's kind of petite. I don't know if she would have had.
Or Wendy, the girl that was originally there. Yeah. The actress name is Sharon Farnon, Farnon. I'm unfamiliar with her though.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever heard of her before, but yeah, cool.
Before we get into Curt Swan, because today is Curt Swan on Feature Friday, and look at some of his art. Name this artist. Do you know who this is?
Oh,
this one kind of took me by surprise, to tell you the truth.
This looks really Frank Frazetta, really?
Yeah,
no.
Yes, sir. It's signed there. Yes, this is Frank Frazetta. Because he
That's
did have a
dude.
cartooning side to him as well. You know, he did some cartooning.
Yeah. You don't see it. You don't see it a whole lot, but yeah, he could do cartoony stuff when he wanted.
Chicken flavored butter sounds delicious. Yes,
I know, doesn't it? Mm.
Well, now couldn't you take like the chicken bouillon cubes and mix that up, and then actually melt the butter and mix it, and you could make you some chicken butter.
Yeah, make like,
of course, I know that's
or
drippings.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could make like a compound butter out of it for sure.
You'd probably want to eat it immediately because with all the oils and the food and stuff like that, it'd be prone to mold, though, right? Unless you froze it.
No, what they usually do, like with a compound butter, like you ever been to Texas Corral or Texas Roadhouse where they got the honey butter and stuff? You melt your butter, you put your ingredients in there, you whip it, and then you throw it back in the refrigerator to turn solid again, and then now you've got your compound butter with all the flavor in it, and you can apply it to bread or meat or whatever you want.
Are you telling the truth, or are you just like Pinocchio?
I'm just making shit up as I go.
Yeah, there you go. This is from 1930s Macy's Day Parade. Look at that.
It looks like a giant Johnson. What's his death?
How did this giant sweet potato get attached to my face?
Sir, looks like a giant.
That's amazing. You know, I did not know it, but they used to let some of the floats go up in the air, and people would, you know, go after it. You know, 1931 Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade. Back then, the parade ended with Macy's releasing the giant helium balloons into the sky. Each balloon had a reward tag, so whoever found it when it came down could return it. In 1931, people and even pilots chased the balloons across New York and New Jersey to claim the cash prize. Isn't that wild?
Oh wow, yeah. I imagine that could get kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they stopped it, right?
Yeah, well, what if one of those giant things comes down and lands on a little kid or something? They could get smothered in there, and die before he ever got out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Apparently, they were more adventuresome then. That's pretty wild. That's pretty neat gimmick, though. They would let those things go. And with a good trade wind, they could go over to New Jersey.
Everything used to be more adventurous. We didn't have no knee pads or helmets or anything when we were growing up. You went out there, and if you smashed your brain on the street, you smashed your brain on the street. Yeah. Thought you left already. Sorry, my daughter snuck up on me.
Here's your cartoon for the day. A brain, a heart, Sarah Connor. I like that. He looks, the Tin Man looks so burnt.
Ow.
Here's your toy for the day. May the force be with you, fool. Mr. T. It's amazing he never really wound up in a Star Wars movie with his look. It really is.
No, it's not.
It's not?
They actually used to care about, back in the day, they used to care about acting.
Yeah, and I can't say that. Yeah, this is some Fleischer Studios Thanksgiving Day parade floats. We have Betty Boop here. Do you know the person that did Betty Boop voice and other early animated voices? She was the grandmother in National Lampoon's Christmas. The little old grand
Oh,
lady.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
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 she was the voice of Betty Boop and other characters. I
I
think
did
like
not know
Tom.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
that's
Popeye.
cool.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Superman. Look at that early Superman. That shows how popular he was right from the get go.
Dude, have you seen the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade when the balloons get out of control and the
Yeah,
cops are dragging them down and stabbing them and shit? They're like falling into the crowd.
and
It's
all
awesome.
the kids are freaking out like you're killing like
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Kermit the Frog. And they're like stabbing him in the head and shit.
Here's your Harley Quinn for today, Carrie. The Ninja Ginkgo in the house. The original Betty Boop is actually an African American woman. Wow. Where they got the
How
inspiration
dare you, sir?
from? Not know that.
Could be true. I do not know for sure.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. Here's a photo you're not likely to forget. Look at this. You got the Star Trek and the Star Wars crew together having drinks. Somebody got really
Oh, that's
sloppy.
cool. Yeah, somebody spilled the beer there.
Somebody spilled the beer, yeah. Maybe Princess Leia will have to
Luke looked
clean
like
it
he
up.
was fucked up in the background. Did you see his eyes?
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
looked like he was fucking 3 sheets to the wind, boy.
I've been listening to his Joker. He actually does a very good Joker, Mark Hamill. He's a very good voice
Yeah,
actor when
yeah.
it comes to doing the Joker.
Well, he does a good Joker. Every other
Yeah,
voice he does is still the Joker. So it's
yeah.
I don't know if he's a great voice actor or not, but he does a good Joker.
He does a good Joker. Yeah. Well, he's got that laugh down for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a competition
I'm just
called
saying.
Boulder Over the Shoulder, where you must simply put the boulder on your shoulder. Don't let this freak you out. This guy looks like my character Cortex. This guy's straining, and it's amazing. I'm almost wishing he would get the motor on his shoulder. Let's see if I can get it to do right here. There we go.
I see nothing. No,
Look
there
at
it is.
yeah.
Whoa. What's up with that dude's head?
That's what I'm saying, man. He's straining and he's
What
bald
the
and
fuck, man?
yeah, no, it's pretty wild.
That thing's gonna blow. Holy
Man.
crap.
Yeah.
That thing's gonna blow. Yeah, don't drop that on your foot.
Can you say hemorrhoid? He couldn't get it off the ground.
Oh, you got it. Dude, you gotta be fucking up your back and shit doing it. Oh.
Yeah. None of these guys have done it.
That's
He
insane.
gets pretty close.
Oh, man. Oh.
No.
It's like a baby. Oh.
Yeah. Now look
He
at
was
this guy.
burping it like a baby.
This is the guy that does it.
That's Graham Nolan.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
He just shaved his little goatee off.
You see his brights.
Jesus, God, dude. That dude's brain is going to come out of his head.
No, that's why I was saying he looked But now he tries for a while, right? He's got it resting on his leg. This guy can't even get it up. Look at that. Nah, get it.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Hemorrhoid. Oh, back break. Oh.
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 Just blew out no ring, and he dropped it on his foot. That rolled
Yeah, you
off
don't
his
want to
foot,
drop that
dude.
on your foot. No, that's a heavy stone. It's probably granite, don't you think?
Ready? Okay,
Almost.
burp, little baby. Burp. Oh, shit. Drop the baby.
Yeah.
And then Graham comes in.
He's like, no problem. But yeah, he's.
Father, she knew.
Look at the back brace, though. You know, he's definitely got a nice, substantial back brace on there. You got to have.
Oh, yeah. You better. Jeez, God, dude, I don't know how much that thing weighs, but it looks.
I guess it was out at the printing company. I can't remember what job it was, but I actually wore a back brace, you know, at one point, you know, with my job. Yeah. That had metal rods in the back.
Depending what we were doing, if I was having to do a whole lot of heavy lifting and stuff, I'd put a back brace on. Just you don't want to think. It's too easy to mess yourself up.
Oh, in just a split second, actually. Yeah. Fermented foods. Would you have these little delicacies for Thanksgiving?
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is stinky tofu. It's fermented in lard fat. It smells as stinky as feces, but it tastes really delicious.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is aged tuna, a high-end ingredient fermented under specific conditions, and a top raw material for sashimi and sushi.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is jammy brico, but the surface is completely covered with mold. The inside is firm in texture and rich in aroma.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is fermented tofu. It's made by fermenting regular tofu with mold. The white substance on its surface is mold mycelium, and it's a delicious specialty food.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is Turkish string cheese. It is a special cheese made by fermenting with penicillium. And the locals believe that the more mold on it, the more authentic the taste.
Hell no.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is dry-aged beef. It's beef aged in cool air for weeks. Natural mold makes it tender and full of flavor.
What kind of moldy delicacy is this?
This is natto, the stringy mucus protein filament from bacterial fermentation. It's pungent yet rich in protein and probiotics.
Hell no.
There's a couple of those meats and fish that I would try in, but the other stuff, it's horrible. And and especially the fermented tofu. That's just pure soy, dude. If you're a man, you don't want to come anywhere near that shit. That will destroy your fucking testosterone in one serving.
Yeah, don't. I mean, I think it's interesting that we ship more soybeans to China than anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't want them. Send them over there.
Absolutely.
I don't want nothing to do with soy.
Now, this
soy
was
is not good for men.
This is a commercial from 1983. This was considered a big screen TV in 1983.
You better have a better coat than that.
I want a giant screen TV.
But I didn't want a giant screen taking over my living room.
Look what Zenith built.
By remote control, the screen rises from the fine print. Zenith presents Space Screen 45, more than 3 times the area of the 25-inch screen, yet the picture is sharper than ever before in home projection TV. And only Zenith has the screen that disappeared.
So I get my living room back.
New Space Screen 45.
I want a giant
45-inch screen.
I remember seeing those commercials, bro, back in the day. I was a little kid. Like, wow, that's cool.
Brainhead. Needs to wear a bandana? No, he would have snapped that bandana.
Or a helmet, something. Jesus, God, color that thing up.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It did remind me of Cortex, though. You're right.
This is when an engineer barbecues. What's going on here? There we go.
Choo choo Charlie was an engineer. Oh, not that kind of.
Choo choo, woo woo. Is that what you meant?
Good and plenty, good and plenty, good and plenty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that, smooth. Just flip it over.
Oh,
you can adjust it up higher.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool. And then you got the handle where you can just, when it's done, you can take the whole thing in.
Yeah, unclip it off that rack and take the. That's pretty neat, dude. I gotta give him that one.
Yeah. Put some
that
thought
would be
into
handy.
that. Yeah, and you can't barbecue.
I actually hope they make that into a commercial grill. That would be a very handy design.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Dr. Mask Retro Elixir says, back his book today and save 15% with code Dr. Mask link to campaign below. So you can get 15% off Dr. Mask Retro's Elixirs. Sprinkled.
Oh, now you get 15% off. I back on day one and I don't get 15%. That's it. Canceling my.
I know.
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
I get it. Sometimes it pays to wait. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes you snooze, you lose, right?
Like a nut. That's right.
Sometimes you don't.
I like backing on day one anyway, though. I always I like to give people that boost if I can, and I have the money. So I think that's a big part of what we do. Is like day 1, day 30, day 60. Those are all big days.
I mean, absolutely. It encourages more backers. If it just sits there on day one, that's death to a campaign.
Yeah, if you get a nice, shot right out of the box, you're gonna have a lot more people that, they look at it and you've only been going 2 or 3 days and you're already 80% funded, like Dave was. You're gonna have a lot more people jump on board. All right, honey, you coming home tomorrow?
Most likely.
All right, call me.
That was indefinite as hell. Most likely. Pretty sure.
That's my baby.
Yeah.
She going to spend the night at her friend's house.
This is an engineered lightsaber. Probably the closest thing that's been made. Check this out. I wouldn't want to cross the stream. It'd probably cut you or burn you. I don't know exactly how that's done, but that's wild.
I'm going to have to tell you, Rex, I don't believe this at all. This looks like AI to me. No, but I've seen guys that have been doing actual experiments with making plasma blades and all that kind of stuff, and you can't do it off a battery that fits in a flashlight size thing. You have to have a massive cable connected to it with a big power source. There's no flashlight fucking actual laser sword. It's not happening.
And it looks like that would be pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
I mean,
plasma. Come on. There's no fucking way those would be walking around unregulated for more than a week. The government would be swooping in on you. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Imagine, okay, look at it this way. All the shit you got going on in London right now with people with machetes, right? Imagine some fucker gets a hold of one of those. How many people are you going to cruise through before they manage to take you down? A machete's going to get stuck eventually. You're going to get tired of swinging it. It's going to stick. That thing, you just boom, 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 boom. You can keep walking around all day just chopping off limbs.
Yeah. Maybe I could, invent something like that to be a tree trimmer or something.
That would be cool. Why do you want to trim trees in your retirement? Right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a little bit behind on my outside stuff. Yeah. Check this out. This is interesting.
And you believe that there is an invisible line that is not crossed by fish, land animals, or even birds. This invisible barrier runs through the Malay archipelago, starting from the island of Bali and ending near the southern Philippines. The western side of the line is home to animals like rhinos, elephants, tigers, and woodpeckers, which are typical of Asia. But once you cross the line, you enter a completely different world with kangaroos, monitor lizards, dingoes, and koalas, despite the extremely short distance between the islands. This is what scientists call a biological boundary, and this particular one is known as the Wallace Line. You see, over millions of years, due to the movement of tectonic plates and the complex geological history of the region, a deep sea strait formed on the Wallace Line. This strait prevented animals from migrating, and as a result, evolution took its own path on opposite sides of this line. Therefore, even birds and fish that can cross long distances almost never cross this line, as they have adapted to survive only within their own ecosystems.
That's interesting. I never knew that was
it's kind of like this. Yeah, it's like the same thing with Madagascar off the coast of South Africa. It's like they're, because of the way that the water is channeled and all that stuff, they're basically just isolated, and they have all these weird
it's a different
creatures and things.
it's a different type of isolation, basically.
Yeah, and it basically causes your like your local flora and fauna to very much specialize to their environment, because so you get really weird critters and stuff like platypus.
You would think that birds that could fly overhead would, still mix, but apparently not. There's kind of an instinctive
no, that one that's a little harder to explain. Maybe it's got something to do with does the water affect, the deep water from the trench affect like a magnetic field or something where the birds don't like to cross it? I mean, I don't know. Could be any kind of. We still don't know how our planet works. We're
isn't that amazing?
We think we're scientific geniuses with AI and all this shit, and we have no idea how much most shit actually works.
That's true, and we're in danger if there were a giant sort of extinction event. Somewhat, a lot of the technology would be lost. It just would. You got to have people to maintain and know how things work, right? I mean, these people just can't disappear and society continue on. Anyway, Curt Swan on Feature Friday. Here's the picture of the man and some of his work right there. He was the quintessential Superman artist when I was growing up for over 30 years.
Quintessential?
He was a mainstay, and you won't see his like again. Here he is with Jack Abel on inks in Legion of Superheroes.
He had a pretty long run on Superman, didn't he?
Oh, over 30 years.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's a long time.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time. He did like Superman Action Comics forever, I mean, and other stuff too. He was all over the place and you just don't see that anymore. People that are dedicated for decades like that, much less 10 years in comics. Guy had a career in it. Thank God Special Bronze Star 2 creator Mike Barron and Pat Broderick was on that show today, earlier, right before we started. So that was kind of interesting.
Oh, I missed it. What show were they?
It's PCM with Gary is the channel. PCM with Gary. Gerr.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Talking nerd stuff Monday through Saturday, film and TV show discussion, gaming, and reviews. And you got a crew of people over there that do that. Let me show you the channel here on YouTube.
It's not Gary Nerdrotic, is it?
No. Not the same. No. Another white guy, privileged
Gary.
Another privileged white guy. Pop culture minefield, PCM.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know these guys.
That's pretty neat when you can get Pratt Broderick on there. I don't know how that happened, but they went for an hour and 40, almost 47 minutes. So on the show. So that
dude, they got Pat because Mike's a sweetheart. He'll go anywhere. And he'll bring Pat with him if he can.
Yeah, because he's technically challenged, right?
Yeah, Pat is still learning how to do the whole streaming thing.
Navigate it. Yeah, I get it. I was there one day.
It's amazing that Mike does as much as he does.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. And they tell me to come into the 21st century. Worked on some sketch cards. Shadow Hawk.
Dang it! I don't want to go back outside. It's cold.
It's cold. It's supposed to get down to the 20s here pretty soon, starting next week, I think. Decided to keep this one black, white, and gray. That one, folks, is pretty good. And did the Swamp Zombie. That's a good one. Bring that up again. And Brain Stalkers. This one never wants to focus. So basically just did coloring. The Dark King here. And we did Blitzkrieg. She's one of the 43. Put a little blood splatter. Because if you're a speedster, you can just cut through people, right? Like a buzzsaw.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got that's a pretty good look there, Rex. I like that with the way you did the yellows and stuff. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do like a metallic like surface, you got to do the highlights, right? Just right.
Yeah. No, that came out nice, bro. I like that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We got Quagmire. And I know Bog Foe and the witnesses or watchers. I'm not sure what I'm calling
it. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to call on you.
It's fine.
Man, wipe that off and move along.
And I still had to color Strata, new character Strata, and this guy that goes back with Bog, but I never have named him. Actually took his facial and design from a cover of Iron Man. And then this is a weird one.
That's different.
Don't know what to call that one. Ugly Bog. I don't know. That's
that could be Tweeka's boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, some of the weirder stuff like that will probably wind up in Tweeka,
That could be her boyfriend. He's like a big stud muffin.
Here is Superman 164, Curt Swan and Curt Klein. Why can't I say his last name?
Curt Swine? What?
Curt Swine. You're swine.
American swine, pig dog.
American swine.
The hell?
Yeah, let me kick myself and I'll come right back.
Oh God, here he goes. American big dog. I heard that in a movie somewhere. Always cracks me.
Did you do your show?
Cards has an Eric Boyd style. Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. Apex.
Eric and Boyd style. Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. Eric's working on a little something. He put up something on Twitter that he was going to do a little side comic or something just for fun here because he hasn't done nothing lately. So I'm looking forward to that. I like Eric's work. Go out there and buy Mr. Muck on Amazon if you haven't got it yet. Get it while it's getting good.
Oh, is he on Amazon now?
I think so. Oh wait, no. Maybe I'm thinking of shit. I was thinking of Timothy.
Timothy Olsen's. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not sure. I think Eric might. There's somewhere where you can get Eric's books. I forget where it's at. It might not be
Golden something. Golden something.
Oh, Golden Era, right? Golden
Era. Yeah.
Golden Era. Yeah.
Something like that.
You can
yeah.
still probably find
I still got the
there.
link, I think. Yeah. That's where I got it from.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. Well, besides what I got directly from Tim or Eric. God damn it. My mouth doesn't want to work anymore.
So I don't know what this is from, but Art T. Bear got to ink the great Curt Swan, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Art got to ink quite a few people throughout his career, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Art was quietly in the background on a lot of really good shit, dude. He was on X-Men for a while, Ultimate Spider-Man. He did a lot of stuff.
I wonder what year he started. Do you know? Sometime in the 70s, probably.
I think Art started early 80s. I think he said it was like 82,
early 80s,
83.
around the time Graham Nolan did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they were kind of, contemporaries. They were getting into the business around the same time.
Yeah, I just never have heard a year
Art's
for him.
I could have swore he said it was early 80s. It might have been, could have been 79. I don't remember for sure. I want to say Art was 81, 82.
I'm going to say 1960s with this Curt Swan because this still has sort of like the barrel chest.
That looks like the what was that guy? The Jack Lance or whatever. It used to be the big word of "you get sand kicked in your face at the beach, boy."
Oh yeah, the
He-Man.
I know who you're talking about.
Like the beginning of the weightlifting craze and shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's Jim Aparo there. Here we go.
I like Jim Aparo's stuff.
Yeah, we're going to cover him next month, along with Todd McFarlane, George Perez, and we're going to do Todd
Atlas.
McFarlane.
There you go. Thank you, Apex. Jack
Charles Atlas.
Yeah, Charles Atlas. I think that Jack LaLanne or whatever his name was came later.
Oh,
like
yeah.
70s.
Hey, he only passed away like last year. Wants to keep jumping on me here.
Really?
Jack LaLanne, yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess Curt Swan did the original Legion of Superhero character story, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's synonymous with Superman. Curt Swan is.
Yeah.
And I know nobody's ever really heard of Superman, but I guess he's a pretty good character to be aligned with, right?
Yeah.
It's Neil Adams right there.
I suppose. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. But yeah, it's got to be a pretty sweet gig to have for 30 years. Just you're just drawing action comics. Yeah, okay. I got Superman. Cool. It's gotta get hard to make new poses and shit after a while, though.
Yeah, I mean, he did repeat a lot of stuff,
Well, dude, you're gonna have to. There's only so many poses you could do with a character. I mean, unless you're gonna start putting them in like little ballet moves and crap.
Hey, good stuff, Mr. G
Hey,
in the
good
house.
stuff. Nice to see you, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. I got my mic attached to me now.
Somebody said that they were going to have ribs. I wonder if they turned out good.
Ooh, ribs for Thanksgiving? That's a novel idea. I like that. Maybe next year we'll do that.
It's too cold.
I do like me a good ribs.
Too cold.
It just depends on the weather.
Yeah. Douglas Curt Swan. He was born February 17th, 1920. He died June 17th, 1996. So he's been gone for about 30 years. He was an American comic artist. He was the most associated with Superman during the period fans call the Bronze Age comic books during the 70s. Comics produced hundreds of covers and stories from the 1950s to the 1980s. He was born in Minneapolis, the youngest of 5 children. Swan's Swedish grandmother had shortened and Americanized the original family name of Svensson to Swan, I guess.
Sense.
Yeah. John Swan was his father. He worked on the railroads. And his mother worked at a local hospital. As a boy, Swan's given name Douglas was shortened to Doug, and disliking the sound of it, similar to dog, Swan thereafter reversed the order of his given name and went by Curtis Douglas rather than Douglas Curtis. That's interesting. Having enlisted in Minnesota's National Guard's 135th Regiment, 34th Division in 1940, Swan was sent to Europe when the federalized division was shipped initially to Northern Ireland and Scotland, while his comrades in the 34th eventually went into combat in North Africa and Italy. Swan spent most of World War II working as an artist for the GI magazine Stars and Stripes. While at Stars and Stripes, Swan met with France Heron, who eventually directed him to DC Comics. During this period, Swan married his former Helen Berkeley, whom he had met at a dance.
Former what?
I don't know. Married the former.
All right.
Helen
well, hey, old
Brinkley.
Glenn Fleming in the chat. Oi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn. I guess they're saying the former Brinkley, her last name, before they married. That's kind of wildly written. He met her in Fort Dix in New Jersey.
He said Dix.
He was stationed near him in Paris in 1944 as a Red Cross worker. They married in Paris in April 1945. Shortly after returning to civilian life in 1945, he moved from Minnesota to New Jersey and began drawing for DC Comics. Apart from a few months of night classes at the Pratt Institute under the GI Bill, Swan was an entirely self-taught artist. After a stint on Boy Commandos, he began to just pencil pages, leaving the inking to others. Initially, Swan drew many different features, including Tommy Tomorrow and Gangbusters, but slowly he began gravitating toward the Superman line of books. His first job penciling the iconic character was for Superman number 51, April 1948. Many comics of the 40s and 50s lacked contributor creditors, but research shows that Swan began penciling the Superboy series with his fifth issue in 1949. He drew the first comics meeting of Superman and Batman in Superman 46, which was in 1942. The two heroes began teaming on a regular basis in World's Finest Comics in number 71, 1954, in a story which was also drawn by Swan. Swan always felt that his breakthrough came when he was assigned the art duties on Superman pals Jimmy Olsen in 1954. Swan didn't take to line editor Mort Weisinger's controlling style. Swan discussed this period in an interview. I was getting terrible migraine headaches and had these verbal battles with Mort. So it was emotional, physical. It just drained me, and I thought I'd better get out of here before I go wacko. After leaving comics for the advertising world in 1951, Swan soon returned for DC's higher paychecks. That's a trip. You would think it would be all in advertising, huh?
Nowadays it is not back in the day.
Not back in the day, yeah. Swan unsuccessfully pitched an original comic strip in 1954 for newspaper syndication called Yellow Hair. It was about a blonde boy raised by Native Americans. A couple of years later, starting with the episode 1956, Swan drew the Superman Daily newspaper comic strip, which he continued until 1960. In the view of comics historian Les Daniels, Swan became the definitive artist for Superman in the early 60s with a new look to the character that replaced Wayne Boring's version. That was big barrel-chested Wayne Boring. The composite Superman was created by Swan and Edwin Hamilton. That's where he's kind of half green, the composite Superman.
Oh, yeah.
In World's Finest 142, 1964, Swan and writer Jim Shooter crafted the story Superman's Race with the Flash in Superman 199, August 1967, which featured the first race between the Flash and Superman, two characters known for their super speed powers. Over the years, Swan was a remarkably consistent and prolific artist, often illustrating 2 or more titles per month. Swan remained as artist to Superman, with Julius Schwartz became the editor of the title with issue 233, January 1971, and writer Denny O'Neil streamlined the Superman mythos, starting with the elimination of kryptonite. Among Swan's contributors to the Superman mythos, he and writer Cary Bates co-created the supervillain's Terra Man. You remember him. He was kind of like the cowboy on a flying horse, Terror Man, and the 1970s version of Toy Man. I guess that's the one we saw in Super Friends.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As well as the superhero Vartox. Yeah, I remember him. You may not. But,
I remember him.
Writer Martin Pascoe and Swan created the Master Jeller. I remember him. I think he was white and black striped. I think I saw him later in the early 80s or late 70s, the Master Jeller, in like Superman Family comic book.
Yeah, I don't remember him so well.
After DC's 1985 12-issue limited series Crisis on Infinite Earth, with the impending 1986 revision of Superman with writer-artist John Byrne, Swan was released from his duties on the Superman comics. Critic Wallace Harrington summed Swan's dismissal this way: the most striking thing that DC did was to completely turn their back on one man that had defined Superman for 3 decades. They closed the door and turned out the lights on the creator that had defined their whole line. With no real thanks, no pomp, nor circumstance, DC simply relieved Curt of his artistic duties on Superman. Curt Swan, who had drawn Superman in Action, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Superman, and World's Finest, and drew Superboy in Adventure Comics, who was the quasi-essential Superman artist of the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, he became just another victim of the 1980s implosion. Gone. Swan's last work as regular artist on Superman was the non-canonical 1986 story, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, written by Alan Moore. After this, Swan continued to do occasional minor projects at DC, including the artwork of what is thought to be one of the rarest Superman comics ever published, titled This Island Bradman, written by David P. Levin, a comic book that was privately commissioned in 1988 by real estate tycoon Godfrey Bradman as a bar mitzvah gift for his son, as well as an Aquaman limited series and special in 1989 and various returns on illustrating Superman, including the prestige format graphic novel one-shot Superman the Earth Stealers. I think I have that in 1988. In 1995, Swan did 4 illustrations for Penthouse Comics for the Larry Nevin essay Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex, which detailed the problems that Superman would face in having sexual intercourse and reproducing with a human woman using arguments based on humorous yet logical recollections between physics, biology, and the abilities of Kryptonians, as presented in the Superman comic books. Curt Swan's song was 5-page, published posthumously in the 1996 special Superman the Wedding album. Swan died in 1996.
Oh, yeah, I got that. I remember that.
At age 91. Wow, on January 2012. So he lived to be 91. Wow. A previously unpublished story featuring Curt Swan's art debuted in Action Comics 1000. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
1985, DC Comics named Swan as one of the honorees of the company's 50th anniversary publication, 50 Who Made DC Great. Swan's favorite story, one of the few he both penciled and inked, was I Flew with Superman from Superman Annual Number 9, 1983, in which Superman himself appears and helps Superman solve a case. In a story titled Swan's Way, issue 92 of the Legion of Superheroes, May 1997, memorialized Swan with a cameo appearance as an art teacher. That's pretty neat. Man, take a look at the just all the stuff that he did. Look at the list. Wow. Action Comics, Adventures of Superboy, All-Star Squadron, number 15. Just a fill-in issue there. The Amazing World of Superman, Metropolis Edition, 1. Aquaman, Arak, Son of Thunder, Masters of the Universe. Little insert. Batman 70, Batman Word of the Wise, Batman Chronicles Robin, Batman Family, Boy Commandos, Captain Carrot, and Amazing Zoo Crew. Again, Master of the Universe insert. DC Comics presents various issues. Fury of Firestorm. Wow. Masters of the Universe again, a little insert in that. Gangbusters, Ghost, Hawk and Dove, Heroes Against Hunger. He was part of that. House of Mystery, Justice League Quarterly, Krypton Chronicles. I remember getting that miniseries 1 through 3 in 1991. Legion Annual, A lot of Legion of Superheroes. So love that stuff. With Jim Shooter writing some of his very first stuff. Mr. District Attorney, he worked on Mask. Remember Mask of the 1980s? New Teen Titans.
Yeah, I was never a big Mask fan.
Yeah. Yeah, me either. Secret Hearts, a little romance there. Secret Origins, Showcase, Star Spangled Comics, Newsboy Legion, Star Trek. Did some Star Trek.
Oh, wow.
Strange Sports Stories. Superboy. Let's see, a lot of Superman stuff. Swamp Thing, 165, little fill-in issue there, I guess. Who's Who in the Legion of Superheroes, number 7, from 1998. That's a rare one. That's a hard one to find. Highly recommend that. Get Who's Who in the Legion of Superheroes. That's the last issue, number 7. Very hard to find because I had all 6 and was finally found an issue 7. It's got a wild cover on it, man. It's got everybody on it. Witching
I think
Hour.
I might have that one. I got to go back and look.
Yeah. For Marvel Comics, he did Captain America. Did Captain America before his death, issue 616 in 2011. Captain America sketch from 1994, so that might have been after his death. Crime Case number 25 and Genesis Zero. Didn't do much out of comics. I mean, just about 3 things there in Marvel and the rest all DC Comics. So primarily a DC comic artist. Curt Swan received an Inkpot Award in 1984 and was elected to the Will Eisner Award Hall of Fame in 1997. Wow. So primarily a DC artist. I got to kick myself. I'll be right back. There we go. Now we're here. Here we go.
All right, we're back. We're in a couple of minutes.
Good Stuff says ribs are right for any time. I agree. But now, is it pork or is it
I never turned down a good rib.
Question. Is it pork or is it beef?
Pork.
Yeah, I got to go with pork every time. Absolutely. There's a
I mean, I like beef ribs
there.
too. Don't get me wrong. I like beef ribs too. But if it's between the two, then give me those baby back pork ribs every time.
What do you think about what I read there, Shadowhawk? Like after Crisis on Infinite Earth, they really didn't find a place for a guy that was there for 30 years. I mean, he did primarily just DC stuff.
Yeah, sounds like fucking typical comic books to me, man. I mean, the comics has always been horribly cutthroat to the artists and writers. I mean, you could be there for, I mean, look at Chris Claremont. They pay him not to write because they don't have anybody that can write as good as him. He's still on the payroll, getting paid not to do anything.
Chris Claremont.
I mean,
okay. Huh.
The guy that wrote fucking the X-Men for 10 years, the biggest X-Men run ever, the Dark Phoenix
I'm
saga,
just shocked
all
to
that
hear
stuff
that.
with
Yeah, I'm shocked to hear that they're paying him not to write. Yeah.
Dude, there are very few people that Marvel still have like a regular payroll with, and he's one of them. And he hasn't written anything in 15 years because they pay him not to, because they can't find writers as good as him.
Yeah, put the guy to work. My gosh, you're gonna pay him.
Make some good comics and fucking pay him instead of paying him just the minimal to keep him, from making the rest of your shit look bad. That's what they're paying him for. Like, if we let you write a title, you're gonna make the rest of our shit look bad. So we can't have that. So we'll just give you a check. And fuck that, man.
Well, here's Curt. Here's something that I remember that he did for Marvel, and it's kind of a no-brainer. Gladiator, straight out of X-Men, right? Part of the Shi'ar Guard.
He
He's
was
basically
part of Lalandra's Royal Guard, the Queen of the
he's
Shi'ar.
basically Superman in Marvel Universe, so that's kind of a no-brainer to get Curt Swan to draw him.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize Curt actually drew him. That's great.
Yeah. He did some Hawk and Dove number 28. Here's some of that. I'm really shocked that he didn't do more Marvel stuff, more crossover stuff, to tell you the truth.
I don't know. Maybe he was just a very loyal DC guy. And I mean, for a long time, he had as much Superman as he could handle. So, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he was looking for extra work. He was the man for a long time.
He was the man, yeah, over there at DC. I would say he's got more of an illustrator type advertising style. I don't know. It's amazing that he was mostly self-taught. That he didn't have more formal training than what he did.
That doesn't surprise me that much. Because I've seen guys that have had, Cubert school, whatever, classical training, all this different kind of stuff, gone to college for years. And then you got guys that come right out of high school, like Matt Martin and Ethan Van Sciver, and they haven't had any formal training whatsoever. They're still some of the best comic book artists around.
Well, it tracks that he didn't ink his stuff that much. He left it up to other inkers to ink him, which I think was a cool move because all he had to do was pencils for people, and he was doing so many titles and things he could just pencil and leave it up to the inkers to finish, huh? Here's some pencils of Superboy, Mon-El, and Shadowlass. I guess checking in with him in the Phantom Zone because Mon-El was in the Phantom Zone for a long time. Trivia question: do you know Mon-El was a Kryptonian like Superman? Do you know? And kryptonite was Superman's weakness. What was Mon-El from the Legion of Superheroes? The future Kryptonian Legionnaire. What was his weakness?
Oh, what was his weakness?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember, dude.
Believe it or not,
it wasn't green. Green
it
kryptonite.
Was
it was like blue kryptonite.
I know there were different types of kryptonite, and kryptonite was Superman's weakness, but lead would shield him from the kryptonite radiation. Lead, for some reason, was Mon-El's weakness, the just common lead. So lead bullets could kill Mon-El. Yeah.
Well, that kind of takes away the whole, point of being Superman of a regular bullet, because it's just going to go right through your chest.
Yeah. But now, did they have projectile bullets in the Legion's history? I mean, in the future? I mean,
sure.
It was mostly,
I'm sure
mostly laser guns at that time, at that point, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you discover that Superman's weakness is lead, you're going to fucking go back and recreate.
Whoops. I lost my co-host, which we were a couple minutes from finishing anyway. So you can't have it both ways. You can't say fire and then say lead after others have given you. Come on, Apex. Yeah, but another planet they don't lead might not be an element on the planet. Lead might not be. But why would that be, toxic to Mon-El, a Kryptonian? I can see where kryptonite would be because it's chunks of the planet that have become radioactive from the explosion. And I could see where that might be, but Earth radiation doesn't seem to affect him. So I don't know why lead might not be on the planet, like you say, an element on the planet, but it's kind of weird that lead would be his kryptonite, And I don't know if he was affected by kryptonite. I don't think kryptonite affected him like it did Superman. And you would think if he's a Kryptonian and the chunks of Krypton become radioactive from the explosion, that it would affect him too. I don't know. Seems like he took a serum or something to protect.
It's a weird storyline. I don't.
Yeah, because lead's everywhere on the planet Earth, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Especially like back in the 20s and 30s, all the bullets were made out of lead. So all you had to do was shoot him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mon-El.
Hey, Ryan.
All in the days,
Yeah.
All of them had some. That's one reason I kind of like the Legion of Superheroes. They're kind of like Spider-Man. They each have a weakness, right? Kind of like Ultra Boy. He could fly. He could have invulnerability. He could be super strength. He could have heat vision, I think, but he could only use one power at a time, and that was his weakness.
Right.
I kind of like the Legionnaires and the substitute Legionnaires because they all had weaknesses. They were all kind of wonky, Stone Boy.
Yeah, the Legion was always pretty interesting. The Legion of Superheroes they always managed to come up with something cool.
There you go, Ryan. Ryan James in the house. Ryan says paint had lead in it. Yeah, absolutely. In the 70s.
Oh yeah. Well, paint had radium in the 60s and 70s. There were people poisoning themselves painting the Aurora model kit.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, bro. I mean, how much of that radiation did we absorb by playing with all that fucking glow in the dark stuff?
Here's a Curt Swan Batman cover. Did you know that Mr. Freeze was first called Mr. Zero?
No, did not.
Early on, yeah, in more than one story. Yeah, the first few stories, it was called Mr. Zero. That's an old 10 center. That's back in the day. That's that.
Well,
I looked into trying to get
a good day yesterday.
Yeah, he cooked. Ryan got with me and sent me a message on Instagram saying, yeah, it was all good. He had turkey and big feast and family and stuff. Carrie says, hope you all had a blessed Thanksgiving, enjoyed good food and company with loved ones. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to go chillax and watch some Hammer Horror and have some iced pumpkin swirl loaf cake.
Yeah, and speaking of it, it's 6:05.
We'll say the magic words and we'll turn into
head
pumpkins.
On out of here.
With pumpkin spice.
We love you and keep collecting.
And Fanta, keep getting better. Out for now. See you tomorrow.
Fanta,